What's up, family? This sequence is the perfect midday movement break that you can use to wake up your muscles and joints after you've been working a while. As always, we'll start with a 5-minute timer and then we'll just go through a number of exercises here. Set timer for 5 minutes. The first exercise is just a scap squeeze, okay? So I'm pinching my shoulder blades back together and then I'm relaxing, okay? So I'm kind of pulling my elbows back and I'm really focusing on squeezing the muscles in between my shoulder blades here, okay? So these are some of the postural muscles that tend to get really weak when we're crouched forward and working in front of us all day, okay? So this is definitely a muscle group that we want to target every day, just to make sure that these muscles aren't being stretched out and relaxed and loose and weak too much, okay? So this scap squeeze here is a perfect way to focus on those muscles right between the shoulder blades, okay? So that's the mid trap and the low trap there that we're targeting mainly, okay? Good. So the next one, we're gonna bring our arms up to about shoulder height, and now we're pulling back in a similar motion, but instead of thinking about the muscles between our shoulder blades here, I want you guys to think about the muscles on the back side of your shoulders, okay? So we're squeezing those muscles right on the back side of our arm there. And again, these are a group of muscles that tend to get weak when we're crouched forward, okay? So we're just waking those guys up. I'm squeezing the muscles on the back side of my shoulder here, and this feels really nice, okay? So we're just gonna go nice and easy here. We're doing about a minute for each of these exercises today, okay? Good, just like that. So this one is a little bit different. The scap squeeze, our arms are down a little bit lower. This one, we're up at shoulder height, and it's like we're doing a rowing motion, okay? Perfect. Now we're gonna go to the neck, all right? Stretch that neck out to the side, hold for about 5 seconds, and then reset, all right? Stretch the neck to the side, hold for about 5 seconds, and then reset. With all of these, go slow. Just go within a comfortable range here. The goal is not to get as far as you can. The goal is to get just a little bit further and for the motion to be more comfortable, okay? Now go ahead and switch sides. We want these movements to be about the same side to side. So if you notice that going in one direction is a little more restricted, then spend a little more time working that way, okay? And now you know, after you've done this a few times, you know that your neck doesn't move as well to the right, so you should check in with your neck movements to the right more often here, okay? Good, so nice and easy there. That's our neck stretch out to the side. When we go straight to the side here, we're stretching mainly our scalenes, okay? Good, so now we're gonna do some neck circles, okay? So again, we're just going nice and slow and controlled here. We want it to be mostly comfortable. If you get to a sore spot, just kind of steer around that area like a little speed bump. Our circle doesn't have to be a perfect circle. So if you get a little pinch when you get to the top here, just steer around that area and keep it mainly pain-free, okay? Go ahead and switch directions. And again, if you're getting pain when you go all the way up and out there, just go for a smaller circle. We need to start within our controllable range and then always be thinking about moving out. Our body is always going to be more comfortable when we're moving in a smaller controlled area, and it won't give us access to some of these bigger ranges of motion until it feels safe to do so, okay? So that's why practicing this stuff, getting the repetitions in, is gonna help decrease the threat of movement, which then causes pain, okay? More practice, more movement, less pain, because our body feels more comfortable. Those are our neck circles. Last one here for all of our desk workers, anybody that has to write or draw or paint, you got to make sure you're stretching your forearms, okay? So when we pull the wrist down like this, we're stretching the forearm extensors. Okay, I'm going to hold for about 5 seconds and then repeat. Good. And we'll do the other side, same thing. With this one, the tendons that go across the wrist and hand can get sensitive if you pull them too hard. So just, again, go real light. Go to the very first point of a stretch there and then relax, okay? Good, now we'll go back to the other side and now we're gonna go palm out, okay? So now we're stretching the flexors. And then this is the group that tends to get a little bit tighter than the other group because we're grabbing things, we're typing, okay? So definitely make sure to hit those forearm flexors here. And we're comparing side to side, everything side to side. We want it to be about the same either way, or you could just be really tight on both sides. That is pretty common as well. So if you just feel like your wrist and your fingers don't move very well, you might just be tight on both sides. And again, we're just gonna slowly, over time and repetitions, try to get a little more range of motion, okay? There we go. And there are your wrist and hand stretches, okay? So my timer just went off. That's 5 minutes of good movement. Now you're ready to go back to work and take another break in another hour or two. All right, guys, move simply, my friends.